And acquisition excellence is an important element of our stewardship responsibilities, but certainly not the only area that we are focused on. A couple of comments that I guess I would make here. One of the statements that I've used in the past is my belief is that the American taxpayer, and we're all in that category, shouldn't pay a penny more for the logistics support of the armed forces than is absolutely necessary. And so I believe that much like I am mission bound to provide superior support to the warfighter, I think I'm also absolutely responsible for providing it in the most efficient manner that we can possibly provide it. Again, that is a team effort, and we rely on industry and the companies that many of you represent to work with us in that manner. And as we continue to leverage industry partners, it means that we all must share the same very, very high standards of ethics, cost consciousness, and transparency in what we're doing. So all too often we have some issues that we have to deal with there, and it should be very clear that DLA is not tolerant of any kind of fraudulent activity or non-compliance with terms and conditions of contracts. And we will be very aggressive in dealing with those types of situations as they arise. In the 2010 guidance that I put out, we have a number of initiatives that are focused on making us a more efficient enterprise. A heavy part of that is focused in our acquisition role because we're a large buyer of goods and services from the private sector. And to make sure we have that right, Nancy talked about the Center for Pricing Excellence. I think that's an important role. But we are looking across the full spectrum of DLA to root out any unnecessary costs and to try to make reductions wherever they're possible. We're also trying to make our capabilities perform at a higher level. Many of you know that DLA implemented an ERP software solution a number of years ago. We're continuing to enhance that with the addition of a substantial e-procurement module. And we're rolling up energy IT capabilities in the future as well. But we're also hard at work in examining whether we're getting the absolute best performance out of this particular system. So a number of areas there where we can, on a continuous basis, look at our costs and try to generate a more efficient future logistics enterprise. Whether it's warfighter support or good stewardship, it's all based on our workforce. And we, like many large organizations in the Department of Defense, have an aging workforce, increasing attrition over the next several years. And so it's a very critical time as we repopulate the DLA workforce for the future that we get it right. And key elements are we want a more diverse workforce. We need a even higher skilled workforce in many cases, and frequently a more educated workforce. And I'll let Mr. Brad Bunn, our Director of Human Resources for DLA, talk a little bit about our talent management initiative and some of our other workforce development efforts.
DLA's workforce is vital to our current and long-term success in effectively supporting the warfighter. We must enable our workforce to capitalize on their skills, experience, and potential. It's our duty to leverage the rich and diverse backgrounds and abilities of our people and re-examine the forward footprint of DLA personnel to ensure the most effective use of our force. Our current initiatives are designed to ensure we recruit, maintain, and sustain a diverse and highly skilled workforce now and in the future.
We have a number of initiatives that are captured in the 2010 guidance that are focused on workforce development because we truly recognize that if we don't take advantage of this window of opportunity as we substantially repopulate the DLA workforce for the future, that we will not be as effective or efficient in the future as we can possibly be. So we really do recognize the importance of that. We have a number of really, I think, world-class human capital initiatives underway in DLA, whether it's our talent management program, a number of our intern programs, some of our training and development type efforts that cover the full spectrum from functional skills to leadership skills and so forth. So I think that from a Department of Defense perspective, we really are a model employer. That has been reinforced in a recently conducted culture climate survey that was conducted across the agency. Substantial improvement from the last time the survey was done about three years ago. Obviously, always opportunities for further improvement, but I think we're clearly on the right path there. So I guess to kind of wrap up here, again, I think that all that is going on in DLA is very consistent with the discussions that you're going to have during the conference here. We, I believe, are leaders as DoD develops the logistics capabilities that will be needed in the future. We have a very close partnering and teaming relationship with the military services as well as with industry. Therefore, I think that we end up being a critical enabler in moving the armed forces and the department forward into this even more efficient and effective logistics enterprise and capability needed for the future. And again, we do this with a strong belief that it is not about DLA, rather it is about doing what is needed and right for each of the armed forces as well as the Department of Defense as a whole.